Hey guys, officially Fran here, and we are at day 3, but step 2 of making our lab. So for those of you that don't know, lab is lactic acid bacteria. Lactic acid bacteria is a group of beneficial microbes, the same type that are in like yogurt and fermentation. So they eat up the sugars, they produce lactic acid, they outcompete bad bacteria, and then they break down organic matter. Now, this is why lab is so powerful, because it suppresses harmful bacteria, odor-causing and disease-causing. They speed up it speeds up decomposition and improves the nutrient availability. And it balances microbial life. What does lab do for the garden soil? Lab boosts microbial life. It breaks down organic matter faster. It makes nutrients easier to absorb for plants, and it improves root health. If your soil feels a little dead or a little slow, give it a little bit of lab. What does lab do for compost? Lab speeds up the breakdown of the scraps. It reduces the bad smell, if you have a bad smell, and then it helps to balance the bacteria versus the fungi. The pro tip is if your compost smells a little funky and it doesn't smell like earth, give it a little bit of lab. You can also use lab in your animal areas, which I plan to do. It eliminates odor, that ammonia smell. Ugh, that lab should help with that. And it breaks down the manure faster, balancing the harmful bacteria. Again, it's all about balance. Lab is known as the law, the enforcer of all things. And then lab for internal animal use. Do your own research. This is all for entertainment purposes. I'm using it. Do your research. Figure out if you want to use it. I'm just the messenger. It can help with gut health for your animals. If you already using apple cider vinegar, if you're already fermenting your chicken feed or something like that, well, you can use a little lab, teeny bit, to help. So for me, the lab is a winner. Now, I didn't know anything about lab until it was mentioned to me, so I did my own research, and to find out that there is something that I can use out of the things that are already available in my home is always a win. So step 1 of the lab was preparing the rice water, and it was plain and simply soaking rice in water for a couple of hours, then straining it to get all of the cloudy stuff or the starch off of it. Then I took this and set it in a dark place, made sure it could breathe until it clouded up and gave me this white film, gooey, nasty stuff here. Can you see it? Now the smell of it is a sweet smell. It almost smells like oatmeal or baby food. And that's what we want, is the sweet smell. So for me, after 3 days, it's ready. They say 3 to 5 days, but this is the conditions that I was looking for. If it gets to a point where it smells bad, throw it out and start again. That's all you have to do. Now, I was supposed to have a quart to a gallon of milk, because this is where we are in part 2. This is just under a quart, which I forgot that the rice was going to soak up some of the water. But the next batch, I'll fix that. And from now on, whenever I wash rice, this is what we'll be using that rice water for. So what we do now at step 2 is we simply take the rice water mixture, and it's cloudy, disgusting lookingness. Again, it does not smell, but we got those clouds there that we need. And we're going to pour that into here. I don't want to splash it, so I'm going here with it. And then I'm going with a gallon of milk, or I'm gonna go just under, a little bit under a gallon, because that wasn't actually a quart. My mixture from my research was a quart to a gallon. That was easy for me to remember, so I'll probably stay in that range. And now what we're gonna do is add this milk. Give me a second. And of course I'm going to eyeball it, because this is not an exact science. I didn't exactly have a quart, so I won't exactly add the whole gallon of milk. That's about good enough, I think. We can use the rest of this. The next step is to cover this with something that can breathe. And I have a cheesecloth here that is doubled, that I've used for something else. And I am going to cover this. And I got a piece of string here that I'm going to put around it, because I don't want my cover coming off of it. And let me see how we're going to do this. We're going to double this string and simply come around here. Come back through. I'm not going to really tie this. I am going to put a little bow in here so that I can get this off easy. And now this is going to sit for the next, again, 3 to 5 days, depending on my conditions, which it is sitting in the house. It can breathe, but bugs cannot get in it. And what we're waiting for to happen this time is the milk to separate from the rice water, the milk to actually curd. So I wanted to make sure I had enough space in here for this to expand, for that milk to curd, but I also needed something easy that I could cut and get the curds out of. So that's why I went with this water jug that I simply cut in half. Part 2 is done. You'll have to come back to see part 3 when the lab is finished, and we'll go from there. Have you ever tried lab? Is this something that would be beneficial in your homestead, your farm, your garden? I think it is. Do some research and let me know in the comments if you've ever used it or if you plan on giving it a try. I'm officially Fran. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.